from left to right. Williams looking, creating space, putting up a shot. It goes in. Count the bucket. They will. Tyler Williams high for Andy Campbell, who tries a three, and Andy Campbell buries it at the top of the arc. That is big for Andy, and the Bearcats hit their first three of the game. Here comes Kareem, takes on two players, goes up, a foul, and he scores! Kareem Mulliam, coast to coast, taking it all the way, and with contact, he finishes, and he can give SBU a 1-point lead with a free throw. Left wing for Chris. Guarded by Mouse, takes it, spins in the lane, finds Mulliam, jam time for Kareem, baby! And it's a 30-28 lead for SBU. They swing it to Rosso for three, no good. Oh my gosh! Mulliam came in out of nowhere and jammed it home off the miss. He slams it all in one motion. Rosso, oh, what a spin move into the lane, finds Morris Colton, his shot is good! The assist for Rosso, his second of the game, and the points for Morris Colton. Kareem Mulliam into the corner for a roll. Rosso cutting to the rack, putting up a shot, scoring, count the bucket indeed, baby. Williams underneath, wide open, and a find for G.J. Roll. And Williams, he's got 11 points in the game, continues to impress. Finds Williams, here comes Morris Colton, and he slams it in. Morris Colton gives SBU a 9-point lead, 52-43. Gets it out to Roll, 4 to shoot, tries a runner, count it for G.J. Roll. A sweet teardrop with the shot clock at 4. Rosso, so calm, goes around a screen right, fights off Cantrell, looks for help, Nelson, spot three, top of the arc, bang! Quentin Nelson hits a huge three with 18 and a half seconds to go. 67-62, Quinn Nelson makes his first three of the game at the top of the arc with the shot clock under 5, and the Bearcats lead by 5. George into the front court, will try a three, it's up, that's the game, it counts, it's good, it doesn't matter. SBU wins 69-65, the final score here in Tahlequah. Hey now, Bearcats highlights. What a ball game from Tahlequah on Saturday. Fun game down there. It's always fun when you get a road victory. It's always fun to win. It's even better to do it on the road. At halftime of the women's game, we caught up with Erin Niven, and we discussed many things. We started talking about that victory down in Tahlequah. Well, we've got the best dressed man in the house, Erin Niven, joining us here. Coach, I'm lackadaisical tonight.
You're kind of slipping on your game tonight.
I know. You know what? It's 18 degrees, Coach.
I hear you, pal.
I figured I needed to bundle up. So, well, you know what? Coming off a huge road victory against Northeastern, when you guys went back and watched that film, how much fun was it to just see how hard those guys competed out there against a good team? Absolutely,
and that's kind of what we talked to them about. It's, especially today, is just, the best part about coaching is when you have a team that just goes out, lays it all on the line, and does everything they're supposed to do, and that's what they did on Saturday over in Tahlequah. And so, we need to put two together, like we were talking about. We need to put two back-to-back, and we need to come out and play with a little bit of heart and a little bit of passion at home, and let the home crowd see the way they can play when they really put their mind to it.
The challenge on the bus ride home that you gave those guys, you kind of said, we'll see. Can you guys put two games back-to-back in conference? Because don't tell me you can, because you haven't been able to yet.
Absolutely.
So you kind of told them straight up.
Well, they all want to say, we can do that. Yeah, we got you, Coach. And I'm like, well, you hadn't yet. I mean, let's do it. Proof's in the pudding. You got to actually do it for it to count.
Absolutely, and not to go back and pull old skeletons out of the closet, but the last time that the team was home, it was one of the worst conference games of the season against Lincoln. That game really was kind of over as soon as it started.
Yeah. I forgot about that one. I'm trying to forget about that.
But just maybe speak about protecting the home floor.
It's important. We've talked about it over and over again. To get yourself in a place where you actually can do something in a conference race, you have to win at home. You have to win at home. This is where you practice every day. This is where all your blood, sweat, and tears come out every single day. And you can't let other teams come in here and play better than you at home. And that's. There's a lot of distractions at home that you don't have on the road. You're in school all day, you're around your friends all day, and you're seeing people, your girlfriends or what have you, that you don't get to see on the road. And so there are distractions, but you got to be able to put that in the back of your mind, and you got a job to do, and you need to come do it.
And it's got to be kind of nice to be home because, I mean, that trip. To this game, 8 and 12 overall, 3 and 8 in conference play. But as we discussed and did so in Edmond, you look at these schedules and what they are. You got to come and be ready to compete. These guys are going to bring it.
Oh, watching them on film all week, I'm just like, they're good. I mean, they're not. Their record can be whatever it is. I've watched a ton of film on these guys, and they've got a really nice team. They can really score it. They've got some guards who can really get downhill. They've got some guys who can really shoot it, and they've been playing really well lately. I mean, they led Lincoln a lot of the game the other night, and Lincoln came back at the end and beat them, and they beat Lindenwood by almost 20. They're playing well right now, and so we're going to have to play really well tonight.
You're pretty familiar with a couple of these guys, the Glick brothers.
Yeah. Yeah, I am.
You don't have to tell me the whole story, but it
How
is
do you
funny.
know about that?
You told me
Did I
on the
tell you
bus.
about that?
Yeah. But it is funny how in this game it can seem like there's so many teams and leagues and players, and then you look at rosters and it's
you
like
end up right back where
a lot of familiar faces.
Absolutely, we need to win this game.
Yeah.
I'd feel a lot better if we'd win this game.
Do you want me to put you to the test and ask you how to say number 2's name?
You know what? Let me see that thing, because
Okay.
Coach Sneed and I worked hard on that
Now,
the other
if you
day.
look to the right and sheet, I've got it phonetically spelled out.
I'm not looking at that.
Okay.
I'm going to guess what we said. We thought it was Luka Wecky.
That's close. Haluchaweki is what he meant to say. We're ready to go here. Hornets and Bearcats opening tip-off, and Bearcats going out with their starting five: Chris Rosso, Kareem Mulliam, Quinn Nelson, Maris Colton, and G.J. Roll. Get you the Hornets in just a moment as the opening tip is up and away, and the Hornets control the opening tip moving from left to right. With it is Cam Rowan, a 6-foot senior guard from Champaign, Illinois. He averages 5 a night. Comes off a screen and gets the ball back. He rolls to the left side of the arc, guarded by Chris Rosso. Fires a pass into the paint, caught there by Cooper Glick. Kicks it outside to Aaron McGee. And around it goes, 4 to shoot. Good defense by the Bearcats. Nearly a block. Oh, but it goes in for Cam Rowan. And that's how this game starts, with a made 2 by Cam Rowan with the shot clock at 4. SBU out there with Maris Colton, Kareem Mulliam. 5 double-doubles in his last 6 games. A remarkable run for Kareem. There is a ball that is stolen away. And the Bearcats give it back, and then the Hornets give it right back to G.J. Roll, who races it into the front court. G.J. starts on the left side of the arc, slings a pass caught high by Rosso, back to Roll in the corner, dribbles baseline, finds Chris out for 3 on the wing. Instead, skips it into the corner for Mulliam, who tries the 3, no good. Offensive putback by Morris Colton, no good, but here comes Mulliam. Flying in out of nowhere, and just like he did in the game against Northeastern, he finishes with a monster jam. It was a Rosso 3 last week. This is a miss by Colton on the second effort, and the third try, Kareem finishes. Ties the game up at 2, 90 seconds into the game. Underneath, it's Glick. That's Cooper Glick. Both brothers on this team, Sawyer Glick and Cooper Glick, both from Columbus, Indiana, and transfers from Barry University. Roll catches in the short corner, left side. He's guarded by Cooper Glick. Backs his way, bounces a pass, looking for Rosso. It was deflected and stolen by Cam Rowan. Transfer from Upper Iowa. The Hornets, again, 3 and 8 in the MIAA. Here's a 3 jacked up by Hassan Thomas, junior from Dallas, Texas. That's rebounded by SBU off the miss. And Morris Colton, through 2 players, is double teamed, finds Quinn Nelson, tries a spot 3 in the corner, and that won't go. And it's picked up by Sawyer Glick, who will race it into the front court and find Cam Rowan to reset things. SBU has started this game 1 of 4 from the floor. The Hornets are 2 of 3. Back to the basket for Aaron McGee. Finds a cutting Rowan to the rack down the right side. No good. Hassan Thomas cleans up, and that goes. And it's a 4-2 lead for the, 6-2 lead for the Hornets. SBU in their gray unis, SBU across the chest, numerals in purple, Hornets in their black tops, some gold trim. Here is a three, up and away by Roll, no good. Morris Colton with a tip on the rebound, but it goes right to Emporia State. And SBU 0 for 3 from beyond the arc, looking for a stop defensively here. Rowan around a screen, he rolls, he gives to McGee, dancing on the baseline, floats it high, caught by Glick, deep off the perimeter, guarded by Nelson, hands it off to McGee, fires to the left elbow, a jumper for Hassan Thomas, no good, and Quinn Nelson gets a rebound. Quinn will dribble into the front court, start on the right side of the arc, bounce it pass to Morris Colton just outside the paint, work his way, spin, put up a hook shot, no good, follows it up, gets his own miss, and scores on the second effort. Morris Colton gets SBU to within 2, 6-4. Timeout called, and Emporia State, their head coach, Craig Doty, is not happy with Hassan Thomas. And so a quick timeout here, stopping the action. Folks, don't forget about Tendler Capital Group. Dusty Tendler, ensuring a bright future. Get the right insurance plans for peace of mind. Contact him today at 417-777-3614, 777-3614. Protecting futures, assessing your needs, and building relationships. Visit TendlerCapitalGroup.com or call 777-3614. Dusty Tendler here locally in Bolivar. Out of the 30-second timeout, 6-4 lead for the Hornets over the Bearcats here in Bolivar, Missouri. I'm Nate Lucas, Dory Jean, our producer, back at KBFL Meyer Communications. Glick tries a three. It was contested by Tyler Williams. Tyler Williams had a terrific game against Northeastern. Played big minutes, 19 minutes, and chipped in 11 points. Also had 3 rebounds, a block in that game, and was just stellar. Bearcats miss a shot. That's Williams with a layup miss, so I'm bragging about him, and he misses a layup. It was defended well. Here's a three at the top of the arc by Sawyer Glick. Nothing but netty. Hits the Hornets' first three of the game. They're 1 of 3 from downtown. 4.5 minutes into the game, it's a 9-4 lead for Emporia State. Morris Colton for Quinn Nelson. Right wing Williams drops it. Short corner Mulliam posting up, driving around a player, puts it up, and it falls out, but he's fouled. That'll be on Duncan Ford, a 6'6 sophomore from Osage City, Kansas. And Mulliam will go to the line for 2 shots. Kareem went 4 of 7 at the free throw line in the win over Northeastern. And his first one is good. 9-5 game, and make it 9-6. He hits both free throws, and Kareem will sub out for Andy Campbell. So the Bearcats will try to take advantage with some of their better shooters. Campbell a three-point threat, Quinn Nelson a three-point threat. Really, everybody on the floor right now is a three-point threat for SBU. Williams, Rosso, and Morris Colton also occasionally. Here's a shot underneath. That drops in for Aaron McGee. And it's 11-6. Emporia State by 5 here as we're under 15. We'll have a media timeout at the next whistle. Andy Campbell, one dribble, gives it up. Chris Rosso looking right, fires to Quinn Nelson. Onto the right wing, Morris Colton into the corner. Campbell catches, tries a three, buries it in the corner. Campbell had a three in Saturday's win over the Riverhawks, and he hits one from the right corner here to pull SBU to within 2. It's 11-9. There's a jumper. It was contested. That shot by Glick, no good. Tyler Williams picks up the loose ball. Racing into the front court, Morris Colton has it blocked from behind, but a foul is called on Aaron McGee. Chris Rosso threading a pass into the paint to Morris Colton, who was getting to the rack, and he was fouled hard. He hits the deck. We've got a media timeout. 14:22 to go first half. 11-9 lead for the visiting Emporia State Hornets. This is SBU men's basketball on KBFL. SBU basketball tonight on the air from Bolivar, Missouri. Bearcats are home tonight and Saturday against Washburn. SBU 5-6 in the MIAA, looking for back-to-back conference wins for the first time all season. And Morris Colton at the free throw line for 2 shots. His first one is good. Craig Doty in his first year at Emporia State spent 7 seasons as a head coach at the D2, NAIA, and junior college level. He's 170-62 with 3 national championships. Graceland has also been Rock Valley College and won 2 natties there. Both free throws are in for Morris Colton. Rowan trying to post up. They kick it out for McGee, who's got a wide open 3 at the top of the arc, and he hits. 14-11 now, the lead for Emporia State. Underneath, it's Campbell on a feed from Quinn Nelson. Ran out of real estate, has to find Morris Colton. Then Morris looking for Tyler Williams. His pass batted away, deflected, stolen. Glick, this is Sawyer cutting across the lane, finding his man wide open, Julius Jackson for 3. That's good. Jackson is a 41% shooter from beyond the arc, averages 13 a night off the bench, and the senior from Arlington, Texas made that look easy. 6-point lead for the Hornets. Quinn Nelson picks up his dribble, gives to Andy Campbell left wing, up top for Morris. Morris sees a lane, spins, in, goes up, scores. What a take by Morris Colton. 17-13, Emporia State by 4. Malik Hulachiweki gives back to Julius Jackson, and he runs into Williams, and that's going to be a foul against Tyler Williams. It's the old Paul Pierce kind of fake a shot and jump in to the defender. Clark Shihai not thrilled with the call. 17-13 the score here, and Jackson at the line for 2. His first is in. Morris Colton and Quinn Nelson come out of the game. Bearcats sub back in Kareem Mulliam and A.J. Yahich for the first time tonight. Out there with Tyler Williams, Andy Campbell, and G.J. Roll. Both free throws good for Julius Jackson. 19-13, 6-point lead for Emporia State. Bearcats working around the perimeter. Finding Roll on the left side. Floats a pass, caught by Mulliam underneath. Yahich with a little hesitation. Drops it down the neck of the bucket and scores to make it a 4-point game. 19-15. Emporia State with the lead as Oluchiweki turns it over. Tyler Williams with a 2-on-1. G.J. Roll goes up and he waits for the defender to pass and he scores. Slight pause in the action and enough time for him to get an easier look. And it's a 2-point Emporia lead, 19-17 after the steal and score, the assist from Tyler Williams. Aaron McGee back outside. Oluchiweki drives and he kicks it outside for McGee. McGee nearly lost a handle on it. 9 to shoot. Jackson wants some isolation, guarded by Williams. Spots up, top of the arc. 3 to shoot, jumps into a 3. It's up, it's no good, and Mulliam battles for the rebound and comes away with it. In transition, he finds G.J. Roll. Gallops into the front court. G.J. around a high screen set by Kareem. Slings it to A.J. Yahich and then on into the corner. Campbell for 3. No good. And it's rebounded by Jackson. Jackson clearing space. Wanted a lane. Instead, he was right behind Duncan Ford, who gathers, drives. Offensive foul. Andy Campbell drew the charge. And it's going the other way. That is on Duncan Ford. 11-12 to go, first half. 19-17, Emporia State leading this game by 2 points. This would be a huge win for Clark Shehigh and the Bearcats. Get them to 6-6. And a win would make for some big room in the MIAA standings. SBU right now in 8th place, right in the middle of the pack. But they own the tiebreaker over several teams below them. 10 teams advancing into MIAA postseason play in February. Rosso spinning in the lane, finding Tyler Williams, who is fouled, and he scores with the right hand. Great body control. Right hand goes up and in. And I said Tyler Williams, and I meant Kareem Mulliam. Hard to get those two confused. One is 6'6", and one is 6'3". But Kareem made that look rather easy, and not many can pull that off. And he completes the three-point play, and just like that, SBU's got a 20-19 lead. Ahead by 1, they're on a 7-0 run. The last 2 minutes and 10 seconds. They trap a man in the corner. That is Hassan Thomas, able to get it to McGee. Sends it out. A 3-ball by Cooper Glick, no good. Rebounded by Mulliam. Long outlet pass for Rosso. His pass stolen away, looking for Yahic. Bearcats trying to do too much there. This is Haluchawecki swinging it left. It's caught by Julius Jackson. He puts it in the corner for McGee. Bounce pass to the left block. Thomas around Morris Colton. Great defense. They kick it to McGee. Left wing 3 is good. And the Bearcats came down and collapsed on Thomas, which forced a pass. And it turns into a made 3 by Aaron McGee, who's got 8 points in the game. Bearcats lackadaisical. Turn it over, and an easy bucket for McGee in transition on the fast break. SBU out of sync there with Rosso and Morris Colton. 4-point lead for the visiting Emporia State Hornets. Another bad pass, but this time Mulliam pounces on it near midcourt. Slings it over to the right side roll. No-look pass floated, caught by Yahic. Shot clock at 13. Mulliam tries to jump and catch and jump 3, top of the arc, and it's good for Kareem Mulliam. 24-23, that's a travel. Julius Jackson out of control, running the baseline, took an extra step and turns it over. SBU down 1 at home, under 10 media timeout. This is SBU men's basketball on KBFL. Some of the SBU football players in attendance. And they had their signing day today, officially. Well, I guess it was yesterday. National Signing Day for football. And coaching staff pretty thrilled with some of the names they're bringing to campus. SBU with it here out of the gates, out of the media timeout. Rosso, Nelson, Morris Colton, Mulliam, and G.J. Roll. Here's Morris Colton getting to the rack, kind of an off-balance shot, missed it. 1-point lead for Emporia State, 24-23, nearly a steal. Cooper Glick able to stay with it. Got Cooper Glick and Sawyer Glick. Right now, Sawyer on the bench. Oh, man. Haludziewicz sells a foul. He was bumped for sure, but acting job may have been the trigger for the whistle. 8:30 to go first half. SBU has trailed by as many as 6. They've led the game for roughly 45 seconds. That's it. Hassan Thomas in the corner, dribbles, kicks it out. This is a 3 for Cooper Glick, and that's no good. Here come the Bearcats. Quinn Nelson in the corner, in the paint now. Morris Colton goes up and finishes strong at the rack. Had a man breathing down his neck. Able to absorb it and make the bucket. Put SBU up 1. Haludziewicz in the paint, tries a floater, no good. Long rebound, and Kareem Mulliam tracks it down. He's already up to 7 rebounds in the game. He's got 10 and 7 already. Morris Colton slings it out. Catch and shoot 3 by Quinn Nelson is buried. Nelson, who had that money 3 on Saturday to basically secure the victory. Comfortable on that shot. Extends SBU's lead to 4. It's 28-24. And here we get a foul called against SBU. See who this is on. I think it was away from the ball. It's on Quinn Nelson. He was tracing Cooper Glick and may have gotten called for a hold. 28-24, Bearcats in front. Cooper catches off the inbounds, dribbles, kicks it to Thomas, top of the arc 3, bang. And Emporia State is within 1. SBU 28, Emporia State 27, 7:15 to go first half. GJ Roll starts it right with Morris Colton. Kareem. Mulliam gives it to Rosso, and then Morris Colton with the touch, sets a screen for Chris. They get it to Colton in the paint. He works his way to the bucket, turns and shoots and scores. And it's 30-27, SBU ahead by 3. Thomas thought about a long 3, instead gives it up to McGee. Over to Sawyer Glick, now to his brother Cooper Glick. Hands it off into the left corner to a driving McGee. Aaron McGee around 3 players, puts it up, missed the shot, tip in by Thomas, no good. And then a foul on the putback. It was an offensive rebound, and Mulliam got too much of Thomas. And that'll put Hassan Thomas at the free throw line, 73% shooter from the stripe. SBU ahead by 3. Thomas can make it a 1-point deficit with 2 makes here. First one is in. Tyler Williams will sub in for GJ Roll, who heads out. Williams got 10, Colton's got 10. 3 for Campbell, 3 for Nelson, and 2 for Yahich, and 2 for Roll. That wraps up the Bearcats scoring, gets you to 30. Here's the next. It's off the front rim, no good. Rebounded by SBU. Rosso stands on the enlarged Bearcat near midcourt. Quinn Nelson catches, dribbles a couple of times, finds Williams. Mulliam into the paint for Nelson, back out, and the ball stolen away. Back with the SBU Bearcats. It's Mulliam in the corner for 3, no good. And it's picked up, and now we get a foul. Morris Colton going after the loose ball, got his feet tangled with Cam Rowan, and Colton picks up his first foul. Morris will come out of the game. Clark Shehai tells Kareem Mulliam to just slow it down a bit. SBU ahead by 2 as we near the 6-minute marker here of the first half. Rowan into the corner for Sawyer Glick, and then his pass was deflected out of bounds by Quinn Nelson. And Emporia State will have an inbound pass. 10 seconds gone on their 30-second clock. Rowan floats it high, caught by Thomas. He shields, hands off to Rowan, guarded by Rosso. Slings it into the corner for Cooper Glick. They kick it up top. A 3 ball is in. And that gives Emporia State the lead back. At 3 by Cam Rowan. Give him 5 points in the game. 31-30. Emporia State by 1. Tyler Williams just outside the paint, left side. Outside for Nelson, a 3, and that is nothing but net for Quinn Nelson. right down the barrel, and it's 33-31. SBU hits their fourth three of the game. Nelson's hit 2 of them. He's got 6. Rowan, no-look pass into the corner for Cooper Glick. Takes it all the way to the rack, misses the layup. Ball batted in the air. It goes out of bounds off of Hassan Thomas. (33-31), SBU ahead by 2. Nelson, Williams, Campbell, Rosso, and Mulliam the 5 for Clark Shihai. Nelson around the top of the arc, drives to the rack, misses the layup, and the ball tipped out of bounds. And it will go to Emporia, and that will lead us into immediate timeout. 33-31 with 4:54 to go in the first half. SBU ahead by 2 on KBFL. (33-31). Bearcats in front of the Hornets by 2. They're shooting 54.5%. 4 of their 12 made field goals are from downtown. SBU looking to put back-to-back games together. The Hornets coming off a loss. They fell to Lincoln 76-71. The Bearcats aware of how good Lincoln, the Blue Tigers, are this year. They beat the tar out of the Bearcats here on their home court, 89-70. A 20-point lead at half. Here's a drive by Rowan. It's up, no good. Another offensive rebound by Hassan Thomas, and a foul is called. And now the officials are going to talk about this. I thought it was offensive, but they'll say that Campbell was inside the restricted zone, and it'll lead to foul shots coming for Hassan Thomas. Clark Shihai wants an explanation. Hassan Thomas sort of was nudging his way into the paint and got there by taking out Andy Campbell. Campbell, one of the better players on SBU in terms of setting his feet for charges, and looked like he had another one in the bank instead. Now they're debating whether or not it was in the act of shooting. And they will say no. So they will have an inbound pass. They'll take away 2 free throw shots. It's the 6th team foul against SBU. With 4:41 to go here in the first half, it's a 2-point lead for the Bearcats. Cam Rowan will inbound. He's looking left. He's looking right. He gets it into the corner for Thomas. Thomas guarded by Morris Colton. Leaves for Sawyer Glick. Glick gives it back to Thomas. Thomas drives into the corner. McGee a 3. And that's no good. A high rebound is hauled in by Chris Rosso. Here comes Chris. To Nelson, to Mulliam, running baseline. He's doubled. He needs help. He's trying to find somebody. He gets it to Quinn Nelson, who's wide open underneath. Oh, he missed a point-blank layup. And Cam Rowan gets the rebound in the corner. It's Cooper Glick around a screen. Tries a 3. No good. Morris Colton gets the rebound, and a foul is called on Aaron McGee. A little bit too strong going after the rebound. Duncan Fort will come back into the game. Aaron McGee will exit with 2 personal fouls. It's the 5th team foul against the Hornets. 2-point lead for SBU. It's 33-31. Chris Rosso, left-hand dribble, left side of the arc, bounces it to Mulliam. He's doubled into the paint for Morris Colton. Then a foul is called on Sawyer Glick. And he puts his hands to his side, palms up, saying, "What did I do?" Seems satisfied with the explanation he gets. And now we get a foul called against SBU before the ball was even inbounded on an illegal screen. Now Yahic will come in. That's on G.J. Roll, who picks up his 2nd foul. Rosso out there with Mulliam, Colton, Yahic, and Nelson. SBU's lead is 2. Both of these teams haven't scored in close to 2 minutes. Here's a drive by Sawyer Glick. His fadeaway jumper on the right side just outside the paint drops. Ties the game up at 33. Rosso and Nelson play pass in the front court. Now Mulliam left wing. He's given space by Thomas. Dribbles top of the arc, across the free throw line, backs up. He's bumped. Looking for help. Morris Colton gathers on the left wing, takes all the way to the rack, puts up a shot. Oh, it bobbles out. A great take by Morris Colton, but he's not rewarded. A drive into the lane and a dunk by Hassan Thomas. And SBU wants timeout as Clark Shihai upset with a multitude of things, starting with his defense, the fact that his offense hasn't scored in 2.5 minutes, and a lack of an offensive foul on that last bucket for Emporia State. So he'll call timeout. Emporia State leading this game by 2, 35-33. Bearcats with 2 players in double digits. Mulliam and Colton each have 10. Aaron McGee's got 10 for Emporia State. Hornets have hit 6 threes. Bearcats have hit 4. And both teams are neck and neck. We've seen already 6 lead changes and 4 ties in the game. SBU inbounds. They've got the ball trailing by 2. Under 3 to go in the half. Nelson. Bounce pass to Kareem Mulliam. Long overhead pass into the right corner. Yahic tries a 3. That's no good. And the Bearcats retreat defensively, trailing by 2 on their home floor to Emporia State. Hassan Thomas, left wing, gives way to Marquise McCray. And that is a 3-point shot that is good for Sawyer Glick. 5-point lead for Emporia. Yahic, right wing, looking for a cutting Rosso at the top of the arc. They blanket him, so it's Mulliam now dribbling left wing, taking it all the way to the rack. Reverse layup, no good, but a foul is called. And Kareem will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Emporia State's bench erupted. They didn't think it was a foul, but Kareem will go to the line for 2 shots. And Kareem, who's got 10 points and 8 boards already, his first free throw is good. He's now 4 of 4 at the free throw line, down to 2:18 to play in the half. And the next one for Kareem Mulliam is up and in. 3-point lead for Emporia State. The difference right now is that last 3 that went in for Cooper Glick. There's another 3 jacked up there, no good, and a foul called against Marquise McCray. He held on to Andy Campbell, and that's going to put Campbell at the free throw line for 1-1. Craig Doty, the Emporia head coach, can't believe it, but there was a clear hold, and Campbell looked like he almost got dragged out of bounds, and it's going to result in a 1-1 situation for Campbell. His first one is good. Campbell from Russellville, Arkansas. Second one is good. 38-37. Campbell, a senior. Not sure when senior day is, but I would guess it's got to be coming up after tonight. The Bearcats only have 3 home games left. Saturday versus Washburn, and then February 21st and 23rd, Mo Western and Northwest Missouri State. Here's a 3-ball that is good for Julius Jackson. He's got 8 points in the game. And that's the 8th made 3 for Emporia State already in the game. It ups their lead to 4. 90 seconds to go, first half. Quinn Nelson, who's got 6 points, he's hit 2 threes. Delivers a pass onto the left corner for Rosso. Rosso dribbling through traffic, around screens, nobody open, finds Nelson. Quinn driving into the corner, underneath for Mulliam, goes up, and he scores. Great play there by Mulliam, doing it himself. He's got 14 points in the game and 8 rebounds here. 60 seconds to play, first half. 41-39, Emporia State by 2. Julius Jackson content to hold near midcourt. Dribbles, traces the midcourt line, flicks a pass to Glick, and then into the corner, Hassan Thomas, a 3. That is good for Thomas. The 9th 3 of the half. Puts Emporia State up 5 with 35 seconds to go. Mulliam underneath to a wide open Andy Campbell. And the Bearcats, their screens have been better. The last several games, they have had some wide open looks underneath, setting the screens on the elbows, getting those points. 20 seconds to go in the half, 3-point lead. Julius Jackson dribbling near midcourt. He's guarded by Quinn Nelson. Looks at the clock. It drops to 10, to 9, to 8. Here he goes. He starts his way to the perimeter. Haludziecki steps back, looks for a pass. It's tipped. Glick tries a catch and shoot 3. No good. Morris Colton will let the time expire, and SB will go in at halftime trailing by 3, 44-41. A wild half that saw both teams lead 3 different occasions and 4 different ties. Ultimately, Emporia State will handle a 44-41 advantage through the halftime break. We'll take a timeout. You're listening to SBU Basketball on KBFL. Campbell catches, tries a 3, buries it in the corner. Campbell catches, corner, Campbell catches. Tyler Williams, who is fouled, and he scores with Rosso spinning in the lane, finding time. Ross slings it out. Catch and shoot 3 by Quinn Nelson is buried. Slings good, and then a foul on the putback. And it's up, no good. Another offensive rebound by Hassan Thomas, and a foul is called. Gathers on the left wing, takes all the way to the rack, puts up a shot. Oh, it bobbles out. Nelson, bounce pass to Kareem Mulliam, goes up, and he scores. Great play there by Mulliam, doing it himself. He's got 4 underneath for Mulliam. And the Bearcats to a wide open Andy Campbell. And the Bearcats, their screens have been better. The last several games, Mulliam underneath to a wide open. Tries a catch and shoot 3, no good. We'll let the time. Back by Morris Colton, no good, but here comes Mulliam. Line 3, no good. Offense 3, no good. Offensive putback by Morris Colton. By the Bearcats, nearly a block. Oh, but it goes in for SBU trailing by 3 here, but much better than what it was the last time the Bearcats played at home at halftime in the Lincoln game. They were down by 20, so improvement there, but they've got some room to grow, and they're going to need a second half effort and probably close out on some of these threes. The big number for Emporia State is 9. That's 9 made threes, 9 out of 18. 9 of their 16 field goals in the half were from three-point land, and they have lit it up. 4 different players have hit at least 2 threes. Julius Jackson, Sawyer Glick, Aaron McGee, and Hassan Thomas all have 2 made three-point shots in the game. Meanwhile, SBU is 4 of 10 from downtown, but shooting a high percentage, 52%, 14 out of 27. And they're right in it, only trailing by 3 at home. We'll go through some of the highlights. We'll start. This was another putback. This was Kareem Mulliam, who continues to play extremely well. 3 no good. Offensive putback by Morris Colton. No good, but here comes Mulliam. Flying in out of nowhere, and just like he did in the game against Northeastern, he finishes with a monster jam. Campbell catches, tries a 3, buries it in the corner. Campbell had a 3 in Saturday's win over the Riverhawks, and he hits one from the right corner here to pull SBU to within 2. It's 11-9. Picks up his dribble, gives to Andy Campbell, left wing, up top for Morris. Morris sees a lane, spins in, goes up, scores. What a take by Morris Colton. Rosso spinning in the lane, finding Tyler Williams, who is fouled, and he scores with the right hand. Great body control, right hand goes up and in. Slings it out, catch and shoot 3 by Quinn Nelson is buried. Nelson, who had that money 3 on Saturday to basically secure the victory, comfortable on that shot, extends SBU's lead to 4. It's 28-24. Underneath for Mulliam, goes up, and he scores. Great play there by Mulliam, doing it himself. He's got 14 points in the game and 8 rebounds here. Mulliam underneath to a wide open Andy Campbell. And the Bearcats, their screens have been better. The last several games, they have had some wide open looks underneath, setting the screens on the elbows. And on that occasion, too, just wide open, and Campbell able to hit it. The point totals, Kareem Williams nearing another double-double. He's got 5 over his last 6 games. He's got 14 and 8 already in 17 minutes played. Quinn Nelson has 6 points. Morris Colton has 10, 2 for G.J. Rowland off the bench. Campbell's got 7, and A.J. Yahich has 2. As I told you, SBU 52%, 4 of 10 from downtown, and they've hit all 9 of their free throws. 9 out of 9 at the line. They out-rebounded Emporia State 17-13. Each team had 3 offensive boards in the first half. Hassan Thomas leads the way for Emporia State with 11 points. He's also got 3 rebounds and assists and 2 steals in the game. Cam Rowan's got 5 points, 2 assists. That leads the team. McGee's got 10 points and 2 steals in the contest. Sawyer Glick has 8 points, 2 threes, and 3 field goals. His brother, Cooper Glick's got 2 points, just 1 of 5 shooting. And off the bench, Julius Jackson's been a bright spot. 8 points, a rebound, and 1 assist. Everybody who has played in the game has tallied an assist for Emporia State. They've got a team total of 11, and 2 players with 2. Rowan and McCray each have 2, but everyone who has played minutes has at least 1 assist in the game for Emporia State. Meanwhile, SBU's got 9 team assists, led by Quinn Nelson's 3. Their leading rebounder is Mulliam's 8. 3 players with steals, Nelson with 1, Roll with 1, and Williams with 1. And the Bearcats trailing this game 44-41 here at halftime. We'll take a look at the scoreboard around the MIAA. We'll start with the finals on the women's side, and it was Missouri Western over Lincoln 68-59, so Lincoln will stay in the cellar in the women's side. Northwest Missouri loses on the road at Lindenwood, 71-55 win for the Lions over the Bearcats. Nebraska Kearney gets a road victory. Get this final, 50-44. Very low-scoring game in that contest, and the Lopers able to outlast Missouri Southern down in Joplin with a 50-44 victory. Fort Hays 78-53 over Pittsburgh State in Pittsburgh, Kansas, and they will stay on top of the standings. And meanwhile, Emporia State positions themselves well with an 80-77 victory here in Bolivar over the Bearcats. On the men's side, games going on right now. Mo Western and Lincoln up in Jeff City, and Lincoln's got a 10-point lead in that game. Lindenwood at home is getting crushed by Northwest Missouri. They're down 21 points at half, 40-21. Nebraska Kearney is in Joplin taking on the Lions, and Mo Southern's got a 7-point lead there over the Lopers. Pitt State at home leading Fort Hays 40-35. Always a good battle when those two teams go at it, 2 Kansas teams. And lastly here, Emporia State leading SBU 44-41. The series between these two teams, it is the 53rd meeting all-time between SBU and Emporia State. SBU leads this series 31-21. And for the 10th time last year, Emporia State came down to the final possession of regulation to determine the outcome. And for the 6th time, the Hornets came up short, 78-76 at SBU. Hornets led by 9 points with 5 minutes to go in the half, and the Bearcats used a big 12-0 run to take a 35-32 lead. And SBU opened the second half on a 7-0 run. They took a 62-53 lead with 10 minutes to go. And then a three-pointer with just under 7 minutes gave SBU a 6-point lead. And then it was tied at 76. Logan Hovey went to the free throw line with 1.2 seconds left. He hit both free throws and put SBU up to 78-76. And that was the final score. It's always a battle. Of course, that was a different head coach. They had Sean Vandiver as their head coach at that point. Now it's Craig Doty, and he's got his team playing hard for him right now with the lead at halftime, 44-41. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back and preview half number 2 in a moment. This is SBU Basketball on KVFL. Both teams back on the court, ready to go for half number 2. SBU looking to erase a 3-point halftime deficit and continue their winning ways off the big win against Northeastern, snapping their 6-game winning streak. And here at home against Emporia State, looking to win back-to-back conference games for the first time all season long. Clark Shihai just now walking back onto the floor, reviewing the halftime stat sheets, final notes of preparation. And the Bearcats trailing by 3 here with just about 90 seconds until we open up second half play. We will take a final timeout of the break and be back with live action between. Okay, we'll keep it right here. Gotcha. Is that Gene? Gotcha. Okay, 44-41. We'll keep it right here. And well, the problem with that is that I was literally in the middle of booking a flight. But you know what? That'll just have to wait. It's a bummer. What are you going to do? 50 seconds to go. Bearcats are led in scoring by Kareem Mulliam, who's got 14 and 8 already in the game. Been kind of a disappointing start to the game for Tyler Williams, who's coming off a 11-point performance. And the Bearcats still without Damian Promet as he is recovering from a leg contusion and trying to battle through his ailments. Understand that they have tried a couple of different maybe ways to get him back, and they're working literally every string to try to get that their big man healthy. They could use his presence. But this is a unit that has really gelled, and they've been forced to play big minutes. And you go back to their game against Central Missouri in Warrensburg, and they had 3 guys in that game who played more than 40 minutes. As we are ready to go for half number 2 here, and away we go. Quinn Nelson inbounds. Morris Colton holds at the top of the arc. Flips a pass to Mulliam and then G.J. Roll. Rosso left wing over to Quinn Nelson. Morris Colton sends it out on the perimeter from Mulliam. Rosso dribbling, kicks it. Morris Colton for 3 left wing. Nothing but net. We're tied at 44. And the Bearcats are now 5 of 11 from the perimeter. Cam Rowan, he drives on Rosso, backs up. Rosso got away with it, looked like an extra step. And McGee dancing on the baseline, able to kick it out. They try a 3 with Glick, no good. They'll try Sawyer Glick around his screen. Now Sawyer drives, bounces to Hassan Thomas, who's going to jam it in. And Emporia State got a second chance at it with an offensive rebound. And the Bearcats got to tighten things up there. That's the 4th offensive rebound of the game for Emporia State. G.J. Roll taking it all the way to the rack on the baseline and laying it in with the right hand. And SBU ties the game up at 46. Cam Rowan to McGee. Rowan, they kind of tantalize him into trying a 3. He jumps and then passes to McGee, and he misses a shot. Offensive rebound. Thomas kind of punched it out to the perimeter, and now we get a foul called against SBU. And the Bearcats have got to grab these rebounds. SBU will stack up defensively on this inbound pass for Emporia State that is floated and caught by Hassan Thomas. He drives on Morris Colton. Good defense by Colton and contests Hassan's shot. That's no good. Rosso sends a pass over to G.J. Roll, and then a 3 ball is put up that's not going to fall, and then it's sent out of bounds. So, 46-46. There's a drive and a stuff as Mulliam came over and denied that shot. Hassan Thomas off the inbound pass. Retreats for Julius Jackson. Jackson bounces to his man Marquise McCray. And then a driving Jackson fadeaway jumper is good as the shot clock expired. That snaps a 46-46 tie. 48-46 Emporia State by 2. Morris Colton left wing, looking, giving to Rosso. Flips it on to the left wing. And Nelson outside 3 for Kareem Mulliam. Off the backboard, no good. Campbell comes flying in, gets the offensive board. Here comes Mulliam, and he went for a jam and had the ball tipped away from him. Rowan with a steal. Jackson in transition. Kind of sends a pass back to Rowan. Around it goes. Here's a 3 by Sawyer Glick, and that's in. And SBU now down by 5. 51-46 Emporia State. Campbell in the corner. Mulliam looking right. Will hand it to Rosso, top of the arc, around a high screen. Shot clock at 8. Crossing over, driving right. High pass out to Campbell. Trying to go back inside the paint. Stolen away. Rowan feeding Sawyer Glick for 3. Yes, he's hit his last 2. Timeout, Clark Shehai. And the lead, the largest of the game, it's grown to 8. 54-46 for Emporia State. We'll take a full timeout. 16:10 to go in the game. And this is SBU men's basketball on KBFL. (54-46), and the three-pointers just keep coming for Emporia State. They've hit 11 now in the contest. And SBU trying to get this back to a manageable deficit. Right now it's 8. Rosso out there with Mulliam, Nelson, Morris Colton, and Andy Campbell. Rosso bounces to Colton. Nelson drives, puts up a shot, and he scores. He takes Julius Jackson to the dish and beat him home. 6-point lead for Emporia State. At the very least, that timeout just sort of breaks up some of the momentum for Emporia State. They were on an 8-0 run. Emporia spreading the court right now. Near midcourt, around a high screen. Rowan jumps a pass over to McGee. They get it to Thomas for 3, and that's no good, but an offensive rebound, and then it's dribbled off the foot. Cam Rowan turns it over. (54-48). SBU ahead by 6. And now we get a whistle and a foul, and that's going to be on Julius Jackson. GJ Roll comes back in. SBU trailing by 6 with 15:15 to go in the game. Nelson over to Roll. Roll looking left, goes back up top for Morris Colton, then to Quinn Nelson. Into the paint, Colton turning, using the backboard and scoring. And it's a 54-50 lead for the Hornets. They went 9-19 a year ago, 4-15 in the conference. And here is a feed to a cutting Hassan Thomas, and he rocks the backboard with a big jam. And Emporia State gets it back to 6, 56-50. Mulliam on the right wing, up top for GJ Roll. Around a screen set left by Colton, tries a three, missed it. Offensive rebound though for Nelson, kind of a fortuitous carom right into his hands. Campbell on the right side of the arc. Dribbles a couple of times, gives way to Morris Colton right where the spot he vacated. GJ had a chance at three, they gave him space, he didn't take it, and Morris Colton turns the ball over. 3-on-2, here comes Thomas again. This time he misses a layup. Mulliam was breathing down on him, and it forces the miss. Roll underneath to Colton. Morris angles his body, misses the shot. 6-point lead for the Hornets. And Emporia State will slow things up, get into their half-court offense. Cam Rowan holding, draining some of the shot clock. 13, 12, 11, 10 it goes. Rowan rolls to the right side of the arc. He looks up, finds Jackson on the left wing, driving on Mulliam, and he goes up and scores. The lead grows back to 8, 58-50, and SBU's defense has not presented much resistance to this Emporia State offense, whether it's from beyond the arc or with the shot clock draining. They've got to get some stops. Roll fakes a three. He's given space by Rowan. They work it around the ropes. It's Mulliam on the right wing. 10 to shoot. Colton catches, drives at the elbow, leaves for Mulliam. Kareem loses a handle on it. GJ around a screen, tries a three. It was contested, no good. Shot clock violation. And the Bearcats are finding it difficult to get some space offensively, and they're not getting enough stops defensively, and that turns into an 8-point deficit with under 13 minutes to go in the game. We'll take a timeout. You're listening to SBU Basketball on KBFL. $12:59 to go. Emporia State's got the ball and the lead, 58-50. SBU will retreat defensively here as Malik Pulucheweki dribbles on the enlarged Bearcat near midcourt. Gets it to Jackson, and Jackson is fouled by Mulliam, and players tangled up. Campbell and Mulliam on Jackson. Ball will be inbounded baseline for Emporia State. Fakes left, he goes right. It's caught by Grant Shell, a junior from Burlington, Kansas. That shot may have been tipped right into the hands of Morris Colton. Bearcats get it back, trailing by 8. GJ fakes a three. Mulliam drives, spins. Posted up right now, guarded by Cooper Glick. In the corner, Campbell for three. Bang, big three. Sort of just breaks up some of the negative energy that had been settling in for the Bearcats' offensive sequences. That's a big shot. 58-53, the lead is 5. Glick takes Nelson, then spins, stops on a dime, retreats it outside for Halujawiecki. This is a three, and that is good. Wow. I'm not sure who got lost there, but SBU's defense not very good on that trip. Halujawiecki with a wide open three at the top of the arc was the result. Morris Colton catches, he's doubled. Roll now on the perimeter. Oh, are you kidding me? He gets shoved to the deck, and the Bearcats no foul. At the other end, a whistle, and Nelson got too much of Jackson. That ball nearly went in the hoop. Caromed out with 11:27 to go in the game. SBU is down by 8. And Jackson at the line for 2 shots. His first one is up and in. And the lead is 62-53, and the Bearcats are in danger now of falling behind by 10 points, a double-digit deficit on their home floor. Over the last several years, the Bearcats have had this game, I feel like, time and time again, and they have not won. This is a shot, and this is in for Jackson, and it is 63-53. Down by 10 on their home floor to a team with a 3-8 record in the MIAA. The Bearcats trying to come back. GJ rolled. Arasso, right wing, Morris Colton underneath for Kareem Mulliam. Flips it into the corner for GJ Roll. He drives baseline, kicks it out. Rosso catches, tries a three. He hesitated. He misses. The tip in, no good. Thomas with a rebound. And Rosso in this game has 0 points. He's 0 for 2 shooting, 1 rebound and 2 assists. Quiet game for the sophomore point guard. Halujawiecki. Around it goes from Glick to Julius Jackson. Jackson guarded by Mulliam. Jackson drives in the corner for Thomas. Thomas penetrates outside Halujawiecki for 3. Good. And it's a 13-point lead for the Emporia State Hornets. Morris Colton over to GJ Roll. Right wing, Andy Campbell. Bounce pass to Mulliam. Mulliam drives in the paint. He's having it ripped at. He puts up a shot. He scores with 8 on the shot clock. Bearcats get back. Needing a stop. Trailing by 11 with under 10 to go in the game. 13 threes for the Hornets in the game. Has paved the way. Here's a deep NBA three, and Halujawiecki just made it from the top of the arc from a mile away. Oh boy. 69-55, timeout SBU, and when the getting is good from beyond the arc, keep shooting, and that's exactly what the Hornets have done, and they've parlayed it into a 69-55 lead with 9:38 to go in the game. My goodness. Timeout SBU. We will take the media timeout under 10 and be back with more on KBFL. 69-55. There have been a plethora of threes, and it has been spread across the board. 2 for Thomas, 2 for McGee, 4 for Sawyer Glick. Haluchawecki's got 3. He's 3 of 3 from downtown. His last one was from NBA range. And Julius Jackson is 2 of 4. And that adds up to 14 out of 26. There's a jumper by Mulliam, and that splashes down over Hassan Thomas. And SBU gets 2 on the board. It's 69-57, Emporia State with 9:15 to play. Haluchawecki dribbling on the eye of the enlarged Bearcat, wrapping it through his legs, draining shot. Clock to 13, and here we get a foul called against Emporia State, and SBU will get it back on a turnover. And that's one way to force a stop, because Emporia State had hit 4 of their last 5 field goals, and, well, for the game, they're shooting 52%. 9 minutes to play. Nelson to Mulliam, right wing, driving on Thomas. Goes up, he's fouled, and Mulliam will go to the line for 2 shots as Hassan Thomas got him on the baseline. Foul on Thomas is his first. Both teams with 3 fouls against. Mulliam's first free throw is in. SBU is 10 of 10 at the free throw line. Mulliam now 19 points and 9 rebounds. He can get to 20 with a made free throw. He puts it up and he scores. And SBU will now set up some backcourt pressure. It's inbounded. They trap Hassan Thomas. He floats a pass high. It's caught by Haluchawecki, who will slow things down and get into the half-court offense. 69-59, Emporia State by 10. McGee to Haluchawecki, driving on Rosso, and offensive foul called. He pushed off, got an elbow out in front. Rosso hit the deck, and SBU gets the ball back, trailing by 10 with 8:33 to go. Cam Rowan will enter for Haluchawecki. And Rosso finds Nelson as the Bearcats are in the half-court offense with Rosso now on the left wing, guarded by Rowan. Bounces a pass to Mulliam, backing down his defender McGee. They double him, they come after him, they collapse, and Mulliam still able to score and get the friendly roll over the front iron, and he's got 22 points in the game. 69-61, SBU on a 6-0 run, and Craig Doty calls timeout, and he's not happy with the way things are going right now. So he takes a quick peek and echoes his feelings to all 3 of the officials. Each one got a little something different. Well, Bearcats right back in it, trailing by 8. It was 14 a moment ago. And SBU on this 6-0 run with some confidence. They deployed a full-court press off the made bucket. Now Emporia State will inbound on their half of the court. The SBU with Mulliam, Rosso, Roll, Morris Colton, and Quinn Nelson on the floor right now. Bearcats try to trap. They kick it right. Wide open 3. No good. Offensive rebound by Hassan Thomas. Put back no good. It's up in the air, and it's Morris Colton that comes down with a rebound. Rosso pushing the floor. Here he comes from left to right. Sidesteps into the paint. Missed the shot. Gets his own rebound. Curls through traffic. Finds a cutting Quinn Nelson. His shot deflected by Thomas. No good. Lots of contact, no whistles. 7:30 to play in the game. SBU trailing by 8. Empty possession there. Cam Rowan. And Rosso all over him. Dribbling. Shoots a pass right on the hip of Glick. And then we get a traveling violation called against Emporia State. So the Bearcats, Emporia State is saying come right back into this game. I mean, it was a 14-point lead 2.5 minutes ago. And SBU has used a 6-0 run to get within 8. Trying to get points on this possession. Nelson, right wing, G.J. Roll. Up top, Morris Colton swings it left for Rosso. Ball handling, taking Rowan to the rack, bouncing a pass, falling to the deck. Roll got the ball. Shot clock at 8. They swing it around the ropes. Mulliam tries a 3 left wing. Bang! Big 3 by Kareem Mulliam. Kareem's got 25 points in the game. 69-64, Emporia State by 5. Jackson, guarded by Roll, bounces a pass to Aaron McGee, just right of the arc, guarded by Mulliam. Left-hand dribble, top of the arc, they give him space. Rowan with 10 to shoot now, guarded by Rosso. Rosso stays with him. Jackson, Roll on his pocket. Here's a 3, it's short, it's an air ball, and it's picked up by Mulliam. Rosso running the floor. Here he comes from left to right. He leads for Mulliam. Kareem drives all the way to the rack. He puts it up. He's fouled. He's going to the line for 2 shots. SBU on a 9-0 run the last 3 minutes and 28 seconds, and Kareem can make it 11 with a couple of free throws. A 25-point game for Kareem Mulliam. Free throw is up, and that first one is in. Next one for Kareem is on its way, and it's in. SBU is 100% from their free throws today, 13 out of 13. Kareem with another 20-plus point game. He does not have 30 this year. In fact, 26. That matches a season high. Here's a block by Kareem. He gets Cam Rowan. Ball sent out of bounds. It'll stay with Emporia State, but that fires up the SBU bench. It's a 3-point game. It was 14 before this 11-0 run. And actually, Mulliam with 27, that's a season high. Rowan looking left. He inbounds to Glick. Sawyer up top. Jackson had a look at 3, didn't take it. Now he will over Roll. It's up and it's good. 15th made 3 of the game. 15 of 29 from deep are the Hornets. And the lead is 6. Nelson up top for Mulliam. He goes right to Roll. TJ around a screen. He drives right, puts up a shot off the window and scores. Wow. Tough angle shot there, was contested, and GJ still able to get it to fall. 72-68, Emporia leading by 4. A drive, a shot, a block, a rebound, and that is good cleaning up. It's Duncan Fort. Lead back to 6 with 5:15 to go in the game. GJ Roll thought about a 3, got into that shooting seat, but then didn't pull the trigger. Rosso with it. Ball handling. Mulliam with a look over to Morris Colton. Shot clock at 10. Rosso driving through traffic. Stops on a dime. He's fouled. Duncan Ford caught him, and he's going to the line for 2 shots. Those will happen after the under 5 media timeout. SBU trailing by 6 on KBFL. 74-68. With 4 minutes and 55 seconds to play, Kareem Mulliam with a season-high 27 in the game, also a double-double. And it's just insane what this young man's been doing. You look at his last 4 games, and he has a double-double now in 5 straight. And 7 out of his last 8 double-doubles. SBU trying to come back in this one, trailing by 6, and Rosso misses a free throw. Oh, my. Second free throw for Rosso is headed up, and it's good. And it's a 74-69 lead for Emporia State. Cam Rowan at midcourt, defended by Rosso. Rosso slips around a screen. Glick gives to Jackson. Jackson shovels a pass to his right, handled by Fort. Driving is Rowan, kicking it out. Glick for 3, no good. They finally miss a 3. Then Emporia State collapses and they get an offensive rebound, but they tried to save it. Goes right to Roll. Roll down the floor. Nelson, spot 3, left corner, bang! Nelson hits a big 3. And SBU is within 2, 74-72. Their 7th made 3 of the game. Jackson guarded by Roll, goes to his right. This is Cooper Glick driving, and it is no good. It's up in the air. It's rebounded by Cam Rowan. Rowan and a new shot clock for Emporia State. Under 4 minutes to go in the game. We've got a good one. It's Jackson driving, kicking back. Oh, good looking shot, and it bobbles out. Morris Colton with a tough rebound. SBU with the ball, trailing by 2. They're on quite the run here. Roll over to Mulliam left side, into the paint for Nelson, bouncing it to Kareem. Mulliam underneath, and Rosso had it smacked away. He wants a foul. Hands are up, and he won't get it. And we're going to see a sub. Hassan Thomas comes in. He's been very good. 15 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. 6 out of 11 shooting. Shot clock at 15, SBU inbounds. Rosso over to Nelson. Here's a 3 for the lead. No good, and a rebound by Julius Jackson inside. Jackson down the floor, leaves it. Glick fakes a 3, bounces a pass to Thomas. He's guarded by Morris Colton. Back to Glick for 3. That time it's good. Unbelievable. 16 out of 31. Emporia State is making it rain from three-point land. 3:05 to go in the game. 5-point lead for Emporia State. Quinn Nelson over to Rosso. Rosso feeding Mulliam. Mulliam doubled. He looks for help. He gets it out to Rosso. Chris cuts over left. Out to Mulliam left wing. Kareem drives baseline. Again, he runs into traffic. Out to Colton for 3. Big time shot from Morris Colton. He hits from the left wing, and SBU is back to within 2. He answers Glick. Teams are trading 3-point daggers. It's a 77-75 lead for Emporia State. Cam Rowan will let the shot clock drip. Under 15. Rosso stays right on his hip. Sees the screen, fights around it. Rowan clears space. Hassan Thomas for 3. In the basket. 2:15 to go. Emporia State's bench is all on their feet. SBU needs another big bucket. 17 threes in the game for Emporia State. Oh, and SBU turns it over. Oh my, worst time for a turnover there. Mulliam and Morris Colton not on the same page. 2:06 to go, 5-point lead for the Hornets. Wow. Remember that turnover, that is brutal. Under 2 minutes to go. Jackson guarded by Roll. GJ poking at it, and a foul is called against GJ Roll. That is his 4th. SBU's got to get a stop here with 1:53 to go in the game. That is the 4th team foul against SBU. Jackson looks at his head coach, Craig Doty, who tells the offense what to do. Plenty of spacing. Jackson tries a 3, top of the arc. Good. Oh, my goodness. Lead is 8. They've hit 18 threes. And SBU's got to get things going here with 90 seconds to play. They trailed by 2 until this big run. Here's a 3 by Roll. That's no good. Rebound, fight for it. It's loose. It's Rosso, and a foul is called against Emporia State. Rosso had a handle on it and a foul on a hold, and Rosso's going to the free throw line for 2 shots. Craig Doty is very close to toeing the line. And Rosso at the free throw line for 2 shots. First one is up and no good. He misses the first half of the 1-and-1. Rosso's having a tough game. 0 for 3 shooting, 1 for 3 at the free throw line. 1 point tonight. 1:10 to go in the game. Hassan Thomas turning, curling, looking. He's got Glick up top. 8-point lead for Emporia State. Cam Rowan circling, and he's fouled by Chris Rosso. And that will put Emporia State, well, more importantly, it gives them 20 seconds on the shot clock. 15 foul against SBU. Ball is inbounded, and a foul is called. And G.J. Roll is fouled out of the game. And SBU is in the situation here where trailing by 8 with a minute to go. And G.J. Roll fouled out. Andy Campbell will come in. Well, and SBU, you know, playing with fire, and to a certain extent, you got to give some credit to Emporia State. They have shot lights out in this game. 18 of their 30 field goals are from beyond the arc. In fact, their shooting percentage from 3 is higher than it is for the game. 49% for the game, 54.5% from 3. And SBU's play, I mean, they've shot the ball fine. They 53%, 43 turnovers, but, or 43 turnovers, 43 from downtown, 9 of 21. If they had 43 turnovers, that'd be a, it wouldn't be even this close. SBU's turned the ball over 12 times, and that has led to 21 Emporia State points. SBU needs to stop here. I think they got a foul. They're trailing by 8, and Jackson nearly dribbles it out of bounds, and then the Bearcats go for a steal, and a foul is called against Andy Campbell. And it'll be 1-and-1 here for Hassan Thomas. Thomas, what a big game. 18 points. If he hits both free throws, he'd be tied for the team lead with Jackson for 20. And he goes 1 of 1 to start. Next one is good. And it's 85-75 with 45 seconds to go. And the Bearcats hit a try at 3 with Campbell, no good. Rebounded by Glick. Sawyer's had a big game, and Emporia State gets it into the front court. A foul is on Kareem Mulliam, and this game is all but over. And Emporia State is going to sweep in the last meeting between the Bearcats and the Hornets in regular season action. Well, this will be a disappointing loss without question for SBU. I mean, trying to put back-to-back conference wins together. And when you go through the games, I mean, first conference game was at Washburn. That was a loss. Then you got into conference play, taking on Nebraska, Kearney, and Fort Hays. split those two games. Lost at Pitt State. Lost at Most Southern. Came back and won against Lindenwood. Then lost against Lincoln. Then win versus Central Missouri. Lost at UCO and a win at Northeastern. So they're trading off and on, off and on. They've had 2 3-game winning streaks this season. Those happen with wins against Central Missouri, Ecclesia, Williams Baptist, and then William Wood, Sterling, and Nebraska Kearney. That was the second 3-game winning streak. But since then, it's been win-loss, win-loss, win-loss. And with 30 seconds to go in the game, SBU continues to foul. They're down by 11, and this game is over. Halucheweki at the line for, or pardon me, Jackson at the line for 1-1. And the first shot is in there. 88-76. This game was 77-75. And now Emporia State has used a 12-2 run over the final 2 minutes and 15 seconds. 25 seconds to go in the game. This will probably be the last offensive possession for SBU as Mulliam a little bit out of sync. The Bearcats turn it over, and that is going to be the end of the game. 89-77 is going to be your final score. And the Bearcats fall tonight inside the Meyer Center in both games. Post-game show in a moment on KBFL.